I think we all watched all three films from To All the Boys I Loved Before, and I think it brought the whole high school love back again, and saying that, oh, like, you know, some people can be like, oh, I know all about relationships, but really when it becomes in your shoes, then it's actually quite hard. And yeah, it just shows that a different side of being a matchmaker for Kitty.
I'm looking for Day.
So you're the pen pal? Yo, Day!
Kitty, I need to tell you something.
Kitty? This is Day, my boyfriend. What is happening?
Kitty definitely learned that things are not always so simple, and I think she's used to living in this world where she's like, I got it, I have everything under control, I have it figured out, and she's definitely learning that she doesn't.
None of this adds up. You know that when I first found out you guys were dating, I thought you were in a fake relationship? Do not look at me like I'm paranoid. It's this whole thing with my sister Laura Jean and her boyfriend Peter Kavinsky, but anyway.
I love that by the end of the season, it's not like it's concluded with a perfect little bow of like, oh, she's got it now, everything's fine. It's like she's still confused and overwhelmed and things are up in the air, but learning that that's okay and that's part of it.
Day, I'm sorry. I didn't think that I could feel something for somebody else.
So dope.
I tried. Day, I really, really tried.
How is it?
It's Yuri.
It's sad, but what she did, so he kind of knew it, but like he didn't like really think about it that much and like really like feel it, which was that letting someone go.
Whatever happens in the future, you will always be the first girl I loved.
And you'll always be the first boy I loved.
Letting your partner go could be the only way to love her. And he did
so
that,
harsh.
which is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And about friendships, I will say, do not believe anyone.
Alright, fair enough. Alright, I'll give it to him.
It was like heartwarming. It's like,
Yeah.
don't trust anyone.
Don't trust, yeah, don't
not.
trust your best friends, innit, yeah?
Oh my god.
Kitty, I need to tell you something.
Oh, is that my pores are finally a bit better because I've stolen all your cleansing balm?
Kitty. I think I fell in love with you.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the enemies to lovers trope.
Can you please just get out of my life?
Yeah, trust me, I don't want to be next to you either.
And I also love a grand gesture, so I'm gonna have to say Mino. I would love to see, I don't know if I'd want to see them like fully commit into a relationship, but I'd love to see them play with the idea.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I just want Kitty to do what she feels is best and is following her heart. So I hope that she continues to give herself the space and the ability to figure out what that means. I think whoever Kitty wants to be with, and even if that's no one, which I think is great if it's nobody, that's who she's meant to be with. That's who I ship.
Did you take my anti-aging serum?
No, get out.
Did you take his serum?
No, but I did use his buckwheat hand cream.
I wouldn't say I have a long list of skincare. I would say I have 4. One, I start off with toner, and then essence water, and then there's a moisturizing cream, and then there's the sun cream. Like,
I think it's pretty
That's pretty much a
right?
routine.
yeah, that is my routine. Yeah. That's my thing I do every day.
Yeah.
Before I leave the house or something.
There is definitely a lot of scenes that I loved shooting and that I loved watching as well, but one that sticks out to me is at the end of the series when Kitty is kind of feeling like everything is crashing down around her and she FaceTimes her dad and she essentially comes out to him without necessarily planning to it.
What's wrong, honey?
I got in a fight with Day. Because I have feelings for my friend Yuri, who's a girl.
Oh, thank God.
Thank God I'm bi or pan or fluid.
Oh, whatever pan or fluid is, thank God you're safe and healthy.
I'm safe and I'm healthy, but I'm also sad, Dad. And I'm really, really confused.
That sounds about right for a 17-year-old abroad for her junior year of high school.
it just shows how much love there is in that family and how amazing that is for Kitty. That's not the experience that a lot of people have in real life, and she's very lucky to have had that, but it's just a very sweet scene, and it makes me really happy to be able to portray that type of storyline, and that it can be accepted, and it can be a beautiful part about you, and I love that whole scene and that whole dynamic of father-daughter and coming out. It was really special.
I have one quote I always, even I use it now these days sometimes, amazeballs. Amazeballs, yeah. Amazeballs, yeah. I think that's a very cute and a funny quote, yeah.
We've been saying that all the time.
Yeah, Michael, who performed Professor Lee, he once like did it like a improvise.
Yeah.
It was improvised.
Yeah.
It was only for he was, And then like I think, Jocelyn, who performed Madison, she said like amazeballs, and then Professor Lee went like amazeballs.
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 After like it cut, everyone was laughing.
Yeah.
Amazeballs.
Q definitely has a soft spot for Kitty because, you know, he's also an international student at KISS, like an American student at KISS. So I feel like Q sees a lot of himself in Kitty sometimes, and I think they bring the best out of each other, and he realizes that when she kind of pushes him to take a risk when it comes to his own like romantic relationships.
You like him.
Florian? No.
Oh, sure. Well, you're hot. He's hot. Let's move on it.
I feel like that's when Kitty kind of gained Q's trust and was more open to an idea of being a friend towards Kitty. So, yeah.
They balance each other.
I think so. It's a very like yin and yang kind of dynamic. Yeah. This one's kind of silly, but I noticed that every time you step into someone's home or apartment or hotel room, you take your shoes off. Even the people who come and bring you your food or clean the place, they will take their shoes off. And in America, that's not really something that I personally grew up with necessarily.
I might have been raised by white people, but I do know that it's frowned upon to put your feet where you eat in Korea.
I took that home with me, and now in my apartment, I tell everyone, take your shoes off, because it's so true. Like,
no, for sure.
Your shoes track a lot of bacteria. You want to make sure your house is clean. That's a tradition I took home with me.
Learning different Korean culture, like the different things of Korean culture, was so interesting. For me, in my culture, was something that I like really cherish and what I love in terms of like Chinese traditions. I'm half Chinese and half Irish, and Chinese New Year was a very big deal in our house, and still is a very big deal. When I was little, I loved that day so much and was so excited I would go to school in my cheongsam, which is like my traditional like Chinese outfit, and wearing that and showing it off to my friends and being like, oh, this is what it means, so this is what Chinese New Year means, and teaching people about it. I was very fortunate that I grew up in a place where being mixed race and being of Asian descent was something that was accepted, at least for me in my experience, and I felt very I was allowed to celebrate that, and I felt very welcome to do that. So I know that's not always the experience for a lot of mixed race people, of course. So it was very special, and there's so many traditions. It's so fun learning about other cultures though as well, and seeing the relations to yours and new things and all of that was so much fun.